It is October 2nd. Wait, no, it's not October. It's November. Yeah, it's November 2nd, 2020. And I redrew this around the end of October because every time I look back at the old piece, all I could just see is that I could have done this better, and I just wanted to draw the owl again. I'm pretty sure that was what made the piece so good, keeping the attention off the actual character. Anyways, there were a few reasons I really did want to redraw this. I feel like I could have done a better and more creative pose, have more of a narrative and atmosphere, and make it more my style. I feel like that every time I draw from an artist I look up to, I always take a bit of their style when I draw their characters, and I really wanted it to be in my style. And last but not least, I just wanted to see how much I improved in 2 months. Or not improve. I think it would be a good reminder to say that I have to study my fundamentals a lot more. I'm also looking at the Speedpaint and the process I drew the picture because I feel like I made a lot of beginner mistakes when drawing it. If 2 months ago you saw the original Speedpaint, I went straight to the face. And because I can't draw the other side, I mirrored it. I did no posing whatsoever. I didn't plan anything, no background, no body, no owl. And I just went with the flow, which I feel like at a certain level, yes, you can do that. But at the level I was, I can't do it that well. Another thing I'd like to mention was how lazy the end product looks. I feel like I just made everything to look cool and just to join the contest in general. Let's actually talk about what's happening on the screen. I'm placing 3 colors, dark going to more light as it goes into the background for the forest because of how bright the light is going to be. It's going to be a backlit lighting because who doesn't like that? As little and simple 3 colors may seem, it could add a lot of impact and contrast in your piece. It's a really good distinction of the foreground, midground, and background. I heard it was a good exercise to limit yourself to 3 colors. More specifically, values: dark, mid-tone, and the lightest. If you don't know, recently I've been doing my line art after I do my coloring. I feel like if I were to do my line art before I color, I just use my line art more of a cookie cutter and trying to make it easier for me to color instead of defining the actual shapes. So because my goal is to define the shapes more, I focused on the clothing's folds, shape of the hair, important parts like the face and hands, and I try not to line places of darker color like the cape. And now onto the owl. Honestly, I really love the way I drew the owl in the older picture because of how I drew the face and how big the wings are and how I just thought it was pretty cute. But it wasn't as accurate like the one in the redraw. I can definitely still spot a lot of wrong things in the redraw, like how the head is more out of its body. Like you could see it has a neck. The wings are a bit disproportionate. The legs also look a bit weird. But you know what? No one ever looks at animals. They don't know what it looks like. Unlike humans, you could get away with a lot of stuff by drawing animals. Oh yes, also I blurred the background so we could focus more on our protagonist and his animal companion. And of course, you have to add in the little sunset as they fly into the distance. You know, I'm not even sure this character can fly. So, from here on, I'm just rendering, and that's boring, so I'll be talking about what I think was good about the redraw, what I thought was bad, and how I compared it to the older version. Honestly, I really like the old drawing more because of its dark aesthetic, which I think I picked that up from Achooshi's original drawings and style. You know, I was actually listening to Over the Garden Wall's soundtrack while drawing this. It really reminds me of it now looking back. It really fits this autumn aesthetic, huh? You can just tell how different the feeling is just looking at the colors from the old piece and the redraw. I definitely think my anatomy got better. You can just tell how lazy I was drawing the fist in the old piece. If I remember correctly, it took me around 3 hours to finish the old piece, and then 4 or 5 hours to finish this one. Though I am a bit disappointed how it now takes me longer to do art. I feel like I put more heart into what I make instead of just making something for likes. As this comes to a close, I hope you learned something from the video. Thank you so much for staying through this all or skipping till the end. If I remember, I will be asking a question in the comments. I would love if you were to respond to it. If not, that's alright. It is now November 3, 2020, 1:44 a.m. That's it for this video, and I hope you all have a good one.